The Concorde accumulated colossal deficits with every flight. Yet, the reason it continued to fly for 27 years holds a crucial lesson for modern economics. Its development costs, in today's value, reached approximately 2 trillion yen, and the cumulative losses per aircraft were immeasurable. Nevertheless, its journey through the skies persisted. But then, in truth, this failure harbored a structural cause, one that continues to repeat itself even today. What exactly was the true nature of this force that eroded humanity's dream? Why did its success sow the seeds of its downfall? Who overlooked what? And what lessons does it offer for the modern era? This video will reveal it all. Now, let's delve into the complete picture of how this dream supersonic airliner collapsed. In this main segment, we will also provide a detailed explanation of the sunk cost effect. In 1969, humanity witnessed the embodiment of a dream, the first flight of the supersonic airliner Concorde, reaching a maximum speed of Mach 2.04 and soaring through the stratosphere. It crossed the Atlantic in just 3.5 hours, making round trips from Tokyo to London possible within a single day. It was truly a vehicle of the future. As a national project for both Britain and France, it brought together the pinnacle of aviation technology, staking the prestige of both nations. Its sleek delta wings cut through the sky with breathtaking beauty. People around the world were captivated by its arrival. In the early 1970s, over 70 advance orders flooded in from airlines worldwide. No one doubted its success. Its regular flights to New York and Washington, D.C. became a status symbol for business elites and celebrities. On board, the finest champagne and caviar were served, earning it the moniker of a flying luxury hotel. Jet-lag-free flights were even said to overturn the norms of international business. It was truly at its peak. Concorde's success was encapsulated in its overwhelming speed and elegance, a unique value unmatched by any other. Its supersonic flight technology far surpassed the conventional wisdom of the time, and its technological superiority was absolute. The British and French governments bore most of the development costs. Commercial risks were carried by the nations, not the airlines. Air France and British Airways continued operations, staking the prestige of their respective nations. Especially in the era before business jets became widespread, it was the only way for the wealthy to buy time. Politicians, diplomats, and top executives of major corporations, people with high time value, were its primary customers. The operational system, including crew training, ground equipment maintenance, and dedicated terminal facilities, was flawlessly established. Up to this point, things seemed smooth, or rather, they appeared smooth. The losses were tolerated as an investment in the future. However, the initial optimistic bookings proved to be an illusion. The oil crisis and environmental regulations fundamentally shook the plan. The surge in crude oil prices in the mid-1970s dramatically increased Concorde's operating costs due to its poor fuel efficiency. Furthermore, the sonic boom caused by supersonic flight began to be recognized as noise pollution in various parts of the world. In the United States, supersonic flight within national airspace was banned, severely limiting access to a key market. Consequently, bookings were canceled one after another, and ultimately only 20 aircraft were produced, with only 14 entering commercial service. Development costs became enormous, and aircraft prices soared. The purchase cost per aircraft was several times that of other passenger jets. National prestige was prioritized over economic viability, and a severe lack of focus on profitability was evident. But here, a pitfall no one noticed had opened wide. Concorde was a textbook example of this sunk cost trap, continued despite disregarding profitability. The enormous development costs already invested could not be recovered, no matter how many more losses accumulated. Yet, the psychological drive to avoid making all past investment in vain by stopping the project took hold. For both the British and French governments, abandoning the project would have signified a defeat for national prestige and technological prowess. A political decision was difficult. Numerous stakeholders, including tens of thousands of related jobs, and the maintenance of cutting-edge technological research benefited from the project's continuation. Public sentiment could not be ignored either. Expectations for the dream-chasing project were high, and cancellation could have provoked backlash. This collective thinking and attachment to already invested funds clouded objective judgment regarding profitability. The more it flew, the greater the losses, but stopping it would be a national embarrassment. This dilemma forced its operations for 27 long years. The romance of the supersonic airliner continued to mask its economic rationality. However, a fateful event sealed its end. On July 25, 2000, Air France Flight 4590 crashed in Paris. Immediately after takeoff, it ran over a metal strip on the runway, causing a tire to burst. This damaged a fuel tank, and an engine ignited. This accident killed all 109 passengers and crew, plus 4 people on the ground, totaling 113 fatalities. It was the Concorde's only fatal accident. Following the accident, all aircraft were grounded, and significant funds were invested in safety assessments and modifications. The September 11, 2001, attacks in the United States delivered a further blow, leading to a drastic drop in air travel demand and a worsening of airline finances. On October 24, 2003, with British Airways' final flight, Concorde brought its 27-year history to a close. The story of Concorde illustrates how dreams and romance can override economic rationality. Excessive prestige distorts judgment. It teaches us the importance of rational decision-making, looking to future gains rather than clinging to past investments. This is the sunk cost effect. Why did its success sow the seeds of its downfall? Because overconfidence in national prestige and technological superiority led to a disregard for real economic rationality. Who overlooked what? The oil crisis, environmental regulations, and the market reality of commercial viability. And the lesson for today is to avoid falling into this sunk cost trap, where projects, once started, are difficult to stop. Concorde teaches us the importance of always making forward-looking decisions, without being swayed by invested time, effort, or cost. The quality of decision-making in business and life will undoubtedly differ greatly between those who understand this failure and those who do not.